Welcome back to Wisdom Nuts for. If you're new here, if you turn back, welcome back. This reading right here gonna be for my collective. Sun, Moon, Venus, Stars, and North, North, South, and any place in your chart. Hope everyone having a blessed and beautiful Thursday. May God continue to bless each and every one of you all. Thank y'all for subscribing, for liking, for just watching. If it resonates, please feel free to comment. I thank y'all once again. But collective, I just did an Aries reading, so it might resonate with somebody if y'all got Aries in y'all chart. But this right here for collective too, so you can have any sign in any part of y'all chart. It could hold on, y'all. It could resonate with you at any time. But collective, whatever you're working on is paying off. Because these people thought they'd been victorious and keeping you miserable and stuck. They knew that you finna succeed at whatever you put your mind to. Somebody somebody could be clearing out their chakras. You may need to clear out your chakra. You might be clearing out your chakras. Somebody could be going out in nature, doing meditation, dancing, singing, just getting your vibration up, at this time collected. Because these people thought they were being victorious in whatever they were doing towards you, getting this work done, keeping you miserable and stuck, keeping you from your, because they didn't want you to have a past life. They didn't want you and your past life soulmate to have a reunion with each other. They want to keep you stuck and stagnant. They wanted you to keep you somewhere where you don't want to be, in a place down a rabbit hole, curled up, crying, howling, screaming, losing your mind, out here in the world, done lost yourself, drinking, smoking, having sex with anything and everybody. Maybe that was you in the past, but now you don't clear it out. Now you don't heal your body. You don't heal your mind, body, and your soul, and these people want to come in and try to beg for your forgiveness because they see that you relaxing, you doing your meditation, and you see like you have caught you seeing through these people manipulation tactics. Now you seeing through what these people are doing to you in your life and around you. You got 444 here. You got so much wisdom and knowledge, and you protect it. Oh, I said loving yourself. You're loving yourself, and you keeping yourself where you need to be. You keeping yourself on the straight and narrow path. Like, you don't figure out these people who they was and what they was in your life. So, like, these people ain't being victorious no more towards you. They don't do anything, everything in you and around you. Like, it's inevitable. They can't stop you no more. Yeah, this could be a king of swords, that's not very intelligent, that's impractical, that ain't got no self-respect for you. You lost respect for the person. You lost respect for, this could be male or female. You lost respect for this person, because they're doing the most in your energy. The communication wasn't clear. This king of swords was started sitting there lying, gospel, slander your name, calling you every name in the book, out here cheating, lying on you, having kids by that person, have a kid by that person. You can be male or female, take what resonate, leave what don't, but it was like a unemotional relationship. Like, this person didn't have no emotion for you. You could have lost emotion for that person because you figured out what that person was doing. Now, like I said, somebody want to come in and beg for your forgiveness because they did you wrong. They just did the utmost to you, and you can never, like they said, you can never forgive somebody. You can always forgive, but you can never forget. And it's like it's inevitable with that person. Now, because that person's world is falling apart. That it's falling apart. Sorry on my throat. It's falling apart, collective. They don't want you to see you for who you really was. Like, they done lost themselves. They done lost you. You know, they out here doing the most in your energy and around you. Like, this could be you or somebody in your energy, somebody around you, somebody doing the most. Like, they ain't being victorious towards you no more. Like I said, the sun code here. Somebody could have Leo in their chart, you know. But these people, they want you to have no reunion with your past life soulmate. They were doing anything and everything to stop it. Like, they didn't want you to make a decision about something. You know, they want you to be into a soul, but you make that decision. You decide to walk away. You decide to make better choices in your life. You decide to clear out your chakra. You know, now these people, they losing all their money because, like, hold on. They're losing all their money because they they losing all their money because they try to get all their work done on you. And it ain't ever. And you know, like they done lost their money. Like for the work they try to get done on you and for doing the most in your energy. You know, like somebody could be a part of a sex group. It's gonna be exposed, you know, because somebody was having a family room about you. You know, they was having a meeting in the family room about you. You know, you could be doing a cinnamon and salt removals blockages from your money spell. Or you need to do that. You know, take with resonate and leave with don't. You know, but these people didn't want you to make decisions about on a situation. You know, they want you to keep you stuck and stagnant. They thought they had you stuck and stagnant, but you made a decision. You made walk away. This could be a king of swords in your energy that made the decision to walk away. The king of swords could be losing it all. You know, done lost you. You know, the king of swords will working up against you to keep you stuck and stagnant. You know, you could be a queen of cups. This could be a queen of cups in your energy. That then somebody wasn't very compassionate. Like they self-sacrifice themselves for other people. You know, they self-sacrifice. They want you to self-sacrifice yourself. You know, they want your world to be falling apart. You know, they didn't want these Page of Swords to see you for the Queen of Cups that you is. You know, like deep psychic insight, your love and compassion. They didn't want the person to see you for who you really and truly is. You know, this could be a water sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You know, but these people are losing. Their world is falling apart because you're wise. You is very wise. You are you on your spirituality journey. You are spirit. You coming in line with your spirituality minded community. You know, you're a wise person. You speaking your truth. You can have Taurus in your chart. Number 5 could be significant to somebody. Like your traditions are on point. Like you got traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. You using certain things in your life to see what's best for you. Best for you. You ain't doing everything that other people doing. You know, somebody might be saying, "Oh, you need to go to church. Oh, you need to join the choir. You need to do that." That's might be not for you. Church is not for everybody. You know, you can praise. You can watch God. You can praise God. You can do all that at home. You can watch God on TV, but some of these preachers ain't preachers. You know, some of these preachers are demons in preacher bodies. You know, they want your money. I've seen a lot of people on social media talking about they want you to bring your income tax paper in so they can see how much you made. You know, them demons in your body and preacher bodies. You know, churches, like, some people ain't meant to be in church. Like I seen something on a short. Like chosen ones ain't meant to go to church. All chosen ones ain't meant to go to church. You know, like you're a wise counselor. You ain't got to be up in nobody's church because everybody's church ain't for you. You may be a preacher. You may be chosen for something, but you may be chosen to start a church. God making you lead to start a church. But some of these preachers that are preachers ain't meant to be preachers. They're a demon and a preacher by their demon and preacher form. You know, they is not God chosen ones. They are the dark chosen ones. They were chosen for the dark. They were chosen for dark reasons, you know. But some of these people are chosen to be preachers, to speak the word of God, to work with people, you know, like to have a church, you know. But everybody ain't meant to give messages. Everybody ain't meant for a church, you know. But you can have a spirituality community, you know. You can speak your truth, you know. You can be like like I'm saying. I'm not against nobody going to church or anything like that because once upon a time I was in church. I grew up in church. You know, I was in choir and doing Easter speeches and everything like that. I was into that. You know, as I grew up, I learned that I wasn't meant for the church. Everybody ain't meant for the church because churches have dark, sinister reasons. Some churches have dark, sinister reasons you don't need to be in. You know, everybody ain't meant for church. You know, maybe you've been trying to go to church for a minute, and every time you go to church, it's like you can't never get there because something always happens. Your car break, you either wake up late, you can't find it to wear to church, or your car break down, or you know there's an accident on the highway, or something like that. That's God, your ancient ancestors, stopping you from going to that church because church is not for everybody. That church may not be for you. It may be another church. Maybe you may need to start your own church. Maybe you need to start speaking your truth by make a little community like a meeting or something. Like maybe you need to start something on your own. Maybe you ain't meant to be in a church setting. You know, like I said, church. Like I'm not against church because I grew up in church. You know, as a young child, I grew up in church. You know, I was baptized in church. You know, I went to Sunday school. But like I said, church is not for everybody. You realize that church is not for you. You know, because some of these preachers have sinister reasons behind these churches. You know. But like I said, like these people world are falling apart. You could be a king of swords, you know, in your world falling apart because these people want the person not to see you as compassion, nurturing, not to see you for the person you truly and rightfully is, you know, like you finna have a new beginning, you know, because this person, like I said, somebody could be having a meeting in the family room about you, you know, and the king of swords, like they is like going through something because they don't need the most in your energy and around you. You know, now they want to come in and beg for your forgiveness. Like somebody want to come in and beg for your forgiveness after they see that they can't stop you. Oh, like a magician here. Like these people were manifesting using magic against you. You know, they wasn't successful at manifesting it. You know, they wasn't successful at manifesting it because your ancient ancestor got you. You know, like I said, these people thought it was a brilliant idea to stop you any way, every way possible to cause upheaval and chaos in your energy to make you juggle your finances. You know, maybe you have multiple jobs, you know, and you need to bring in balance into your life, you know. Maybe you have multiple jobs. Number 12 is here. Somebody's birthday could be the 12th or the 21st, you know. But these people were manifesting. These people manifesting you juggling your money, you know. But they ain't being very successful because whatever you doing, it's paying off. Like I said, your work is paying off. The fruit of your labor is paying off. You know, your abundance and blessing is coming in. You know, you got infinite abundance here. Somebody could work on the a fishing boat. You know, a fisherman. Oh, 'cause it's gonna be a storm for these people. You know, we got abandoned building here. Something about an abandoned building. Somebody could be using an abandoned building for something. Or this could be somebody watching you from an abandoned building. Or you may be living in an abandoned building. You know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, alcoholic. Like I said, you could be an alcoholic, somebody in your alcoholic. Oh, because these people want to stop your abundance and blessings from coming in. The alcoholic wants to stop your abundance and blessings coming in. Your kingdom spouse from coming in. Eat healthy at this time. Because somebody got high blood pressure from alcohol. Domestic violence here. Somebody may be using the singing bowl. You may be clearing out your energy, you know. But it's going to be a storm for these people because they still trying to stop your abundance and blessings from coming in. They're trying to stop your kingdom spouse from coming in. You could be alcoholic in your energy, you know. You might have thought this was your kingdom spouse, but this kingdom spouse is being domestic violence towards you. You know, they putting their hands on you. You know, they doing the most in your energy and around you. You might working multiple jobs. You know, you try to keep food on the table for your kids. You try to keep clothes in your back and your kids. You know, like I said, you may be homeless. You may be staying in an abandoned building. Somebody might be watching you from an abandoned building. Somebody doing something with an abandoned building, but it's gonna be a major storm in these people's life. You know, these people trying to cause a storm in your life, and it's not gonna work. They're having a meeting in like how they can't stop your abundance and blessing. You know, something could be happening in 6 days. You know, somebody playing the field. Somebody coming in your face acting like they all for you, but then behind closed doors, they're doing utmost to you. They're trying to keep you stuck and stagnant. They're trying to cause domestic violence. They want to put their hands on you. They want to talk down to you. You know, they could be a dark skinned male or female. Somebody trying to get your cell phone number, or you might have to get you another cell phone, or get your somebody getting their own cell phone, like something with cell phone, or somebody could be writing bad checks. Secret love affair. Daughter here. 555 changes for the better. Yes. Like these people put in your energy to be monitoring you. Like I said, somebody might be trying to get your cell phone number. You know, I tell you about somebody having a secret love affair. You know, your mother and father could be had a secret love affair. Nobody know about it, and you was a secret love child. You know, you could be a daughter. Somebody gonna come in and tell you the daughter. You know. Somebody was working with a practitioner, a karmic friend in your energy. Somebody could be from Stone Mountain. Let me get one more from the deck. Somebody could be in a wheelchair. White car. Something could happen in 2 days. Child abuse. Warlock. Someone going to jail for child abuse. Scammers and hackers. Venetian, Lemurian, Atlantean starseed. Push through your fears. Pass on loved ones that are with you at this time. Poison food or drink. Someone like yoga, exercise. Someone like to exercise, yoga, or yoga teacher. Estrian starseed. A Placinian starseed. This is UR Reading Collective. I'll see y'all next time.